If I see too much within the first couple of months, I'm not beat. Oh, this gotta go. And everybody that knows me knows that I can only take but so much before I'm sick of you. And when I'm saying sick of you, like I want you out of my life.
It sounds like you're a pretty patient person.
Yeah, very patient. Like it takes a lot to tick me off or get me to that point where I don't want to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to be rude, disrespectful, and feel like you can do whatever you want and like disrespect me in front of your friends or whatnot, I don't have time for you.
Yeah.
Or you feel like once I come home from work and you could just bounce off and not tell me anything and I'm trying to contact you, oh, I don't want you.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to sit up there and stress myself over who you with, who you with, this, that. I'm not doing it. Like I tell people, I'm almost 40 years old. I got a whole career going on. You know, I work 2 jobs. What man don't want to be with a woman that works, take care of home, pay her bills, can do this, that, and the other?
There's some men that don't want that. There's a lot of guys that don't want that. I'll tell you what, me personally, I like girls that have things going for them, but I don't care. Like if a chick tell me all that, like don't put that in my face. Like I'm supposed to, like I don't gonna kiss your butt, like you know what I mean? Because I don't need nothing from you. You know what I mean? I don't need your money. I don't need you to cook or clean or I need you to not be haggling me. That's the most important part.
To somebody, like if I had a stressful day at work, I want to come home and be able to express to you how I feel without you being shady and only thinking about you.
Well,
so why don't you marry your therapist?
Who's a therapist?
No, just why women don't go for therapists. If that's what if everything's about your feelings and stuff, you should marry like a therapist, a psychologist,
Well, it's
psychiatrist.
not just about one person's feelings.
It's always about your feelings.
A relationship.
No, y'all just don't be listening to us when we be trying to explain stuff to y'all. That's it. Sometimes you just want to come on and have a conversation about a certain thing, and then I'm like, "Yo, right, babe?"
And you like, huh? What you say?
That's listening. No, you said
I'm having a conversation by myself. When you say a word, you ain't listen to shit I say.
And then they be like, "Oh, I was listening." I said, "Well, what I say?"
You said something about
exactly.
What's her name? No, sometimes you be like, no, let me just vent. You don't have not too many people have friends that they can go and vent to. Like, bitch, that's what happened at work.
That's why you need a therapist.
No,
you can vent to the therapist.
Need you to listen once in a while.
He did listen. He said,
No, you wasn't listening.
He was listening.
I need you to conversate.
Give me
Converse, you mean?
Input. And me just not talk and you say something back. Like if I'm conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with all of that.
So
I agree with
how
all
are
that.
you? Do you do stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Nah.
No, for real, absolutely. I talk.
Absolutely.
You see me talk, I talk all day. Always.
Y'all have a good communication?
Always.
You've always had good communication?
No, I haven't.
Communicator? Because
I am now. I think I'm better now.
Communicate.
I think I'm better now. I didn't used to be.
I'm better now too. Did you used to? I was like, fuck your feelings.
Did you used to not communicate well?
Yeah. At one point.
So was it something that you worked on, or you just
Yeah, all right, I'll give you an example, right? Mm-hmm. When as a man, if you're dealing with somebody, right? Because I just being honest, men will deal with women that they're not really interested in, right? You have different, so you have different types of people in your life. Mm-hmm. So if you're not really interested in a person, I don't really care what you think or say or all that, because I'm just, I mean, it could have been that, or it could be something else. No, not true. Not always. That's not always the case. Because men, I'm not speaking for myself. I'm speaking for all. I'm trying to speak for all men. And be honest, some men will have relationships with people. Some are real good friendships. Some are just smashed. Some's for they might need somewhere to stay. I'm just being honest. I never did that, but mess with somebody. I need somewhere to stay. But what I'm saying is, there's some dudes that do that. So if you're looking for that kind of response from somebody that's only there for whatever they're there for, then they're not going to communicate well with you because they're not interested in everything. But then when you get with somebody that you actually care about, you care about their feelings and all that. Like I've been in them relationships where I've been with somebody who I cared about and I didn't communicate well with the person because I wasn't used to that. Like those are things you have to be taught. You have to learn how to do. And if you're not taught how to communicate, then you're going to fuck it up.
You're not taught and willing to.
Well, here's the thing. You got to remember this about people. Everybody is at whatever place they are in their life. And it's not always going to be at the same place you are. Most times, two people ain't going to be at the same place at the same time. So if you're not empathetic and patient with a person, you might not get the best of them. Like I can say this, right? My ex-wife, when I was with her, my first wife, right? And I loved her to death, right? And really good friend. We're good friends to this day. But we both messed that relationship up because we was too young and I wasn't patient and she wasn't patient enough. Like now,
Patient for what though?
Like some of the things that I had issues with in that relationship, she's like the best wife in the world to a new husband. You know what I'm saying? But had I been patient, like when I look back, I would have got to that point with her where I've been like, I would have benefited like that dude is benefiting. You know what I'm saying? But at the time,
what do you mean he's benefiting?
I mean, he got most of the things that I complained about, she does with him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's like really not an issue. And I only know that because me and her are still friends, so we talk.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But, you know, I didn't know no better then. Back then, you talking when I was 27 and 28, 29, 30. That's when we was married. So you thinking you matured then, and then when I look back on it, like, all right, I'm an old head. Well, I'm not old, but I'm older now. And I'm more mature now. So I look back when I was 27 and 28. I didn't know what the, you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot more now than I did then. You know what I mean? So now things that I wouldn't have let fly then, I would let fly then. But that's out of wisdom, because if you know you really trying to stick it out with somebody, then, you know, to shut up about some things, you know what I mean? Or to just overlook some things. And that's why I say, like...
So what was the purpose? I mean, why did y'all get divorced?
We didn't really want to get divorced. We both was being stubborn. Like, I felt like there were certain things she should have been doing. And
so, I mean, why did you get divorced?
Because I felt like she didn't respect me at the time.
Did you respect her?
Absolutely. I loved her to death. But that don't mean I ain't fuck up. I fucked up a lot. Like, I had my own expectation for how I thought relationships were supposed to go.
So
and it wasn't going the way that I thought it should. And I was wrong. I was 100% wrong, because back then I thought when you got in a marriage or whatever, like, I'm supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that. That's why I said, yo, in the beginning of the conversation, I was saying, like, yo, would you be in a situation and it don't be like everybody else? We don't have to live together. We don't have to fulfill certain roles. Like, back then, I thought, yo, I'm paying all these bills. You should be cleaning. You should be doing it. And I wasn't patient with all. I'm being honest with you. Back then, that's how I felt. Now, I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah, it comes together as one.
So what would the reasons be for divorce? Because I think that people divorce for stupid shit.
Yeah, I think people divorce for dumb stuff
in
too.
In my opinion, the reason why y'all got divorced wasn't a reason.
It was dumb. Yo, really, it was dumb. And as soon as we broke up, I was begging her to come back. You know what I'm saying? It was just.
As soon as y'all broke up, or as soon as y'all,
It's like as soon as we moved out the house. Okay. Like the way I felt about it then was like, I remember she said to me one day, I mean, I can't go all into it, but you know, I can't because it's a long story. But
we got time.
No, we don't. So anyway, but back then I was like taking care of her kids, my kids. You know, we was doing the blended family thing, right? And so,
you said
we was living together.
Okay.
And, you know, I felt like she didn't appreciate me back then. That's how I felt. Like,
what did she do that you
like, I felt like I'm paying all these bills, and the small things that I'm asking you to do, you don't do.
Cook dinner or something?
Nah, not really cook dinner. I just like a clean house. You know what I mean? Like,
you got OCD, right?
Not OCD. I just like shit to be clean and organized. That's all. That's not OCD. Nah, it's not. It's not. Anyway, I just like certain things. I want the bed made. I want the house clean. I don't. Like, if I'm coming home to that, and so I bitched about that a lot and complained. You know what I mean? And, you know, one day I remember she told me, she said, yeah, you act like you want a pat on the back for things that you're supposed to do. And I felt like, well, one, I don't want a pat on the back, but two, I don't have to do the things that I'm doing because those aren't my children. I love them to death. I treat them like they're my children, but they aren't. And I'm taking care of your children, and I'm filling in for their fathers and the whole nine. And I felt like, yo, you should reciprocate a little bit.
And what did you want?
It's a long story. I mean, just respect.
No, I mean, like, what did you like?
Just
what did you-
respect. Just respect.
you
Like
just wanted to get
the
rid-
things that I asked you to do, just respect me and do them. You know what I mean? But when I look back on it, it's like I was 27 when we got married. She was 25. You be thinking you mature, but I'm like, yo, we really wasn't. And I think I was dumb as hell. I was dumb. She was
So
dumb.
that taught you. So that relationship right there, you learned a lot in that one.
I learned a lot.
So, what would be grounds for a divorce? Because, like I said, I think in my opinion that wasn't a good enough. That wasn't a good reason for divorce.
It wasn't. I mean, it's relative to each person.
What'd you say?
It's relative to the person. Like everybody got their own thing. You know, I can't say what's ground for divorce now because I don't. It depends on what I'm expecting out of the situation. Some situations you don't like. I might expect. Let's say I'm with you. I might expect one thing out of you that I don't expect out of Trish. You know what I mean? So is who's to say? Like if Trish lied to me about the same thing that you lied to me about, it might go different depending on who the person is, depending on what our scenario is. So I don't like to blanket stuff. Like I treat every situation differently.
I ain't getting a divorce.
Yeah, I don't want one.
You marry me, you marry me forever.
Yeah,
We can separate. You can break up, separate, but I ain't signing nobody's papers.
That's good.
Yeah, I told my husband that he's gonna waste his time, his money, his stamps, his gas, all that stuff. Cause I ain't signing
You
shit.
can have
That's
a
good.
girlfriend, but she ain't gonna have your last name.
Nope.
That's good, man.
I ain't signing nothing. We in this shit for the long haul.
That's good.